is Neily on Nutrition. I'm with Shelley Rael, registered dietitian in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
We're talking about diet myths, and number 5. So, the gluten-free diet has gotten really popular as a weight loss diet.
Right, right.
So,
Yeah.
will people lose weight on the gluten-free diet?
Sure, because they're cutting out a lot of foods that they normally eat.
Right.
That's if they went on a fat-free diet, they could theoretically lose weight if they're cutting out, or went on a sugar-free diet. But I'm not an expert in gluten-free. That's not my area of expertise. But I am an expert in fad diets.
Yes. Yeah.
So this appears to be one of the biggest trends right now. All these foods are gluten-free, some of which have never had gluten in them to begin with, like peanut butter and fruit.
Right.
I saw something today that said this fruit is gluten-free, and it's
Like, it's
that's
always
the
been
protein in certain grains.
Yeah.
It's not going to ever be in fruit. But what people do, people hear that gluten-free is a way to go because they hear it from the media or their friend or something.
Some celebrity.
Right, a celebrity or a pseudo-celebrity. But they don't have celiac disease, or they don't have a need where they have to go gluten-free. So what they're doing is, like we talked about on some other myths, when they cut out carbohydrates or these refined grains or these foods that have gluten, they're cutting out a big portion of their regular diet. Yeah. So yes, they will probably initially lose weight because they've just cut out this huge part.
Right.
If I cut out the sugar and cream in my coffee, I'd probably lose weight because I'm cutting out something that's in my normal diet.
And the gluten-free products, it's such a huge industry
Right.
that there's so many now gluten-free products that, if you go gluten-free and fruits and vegetables and, and the whole grains and not wheat whole grains, but, and lean meats.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really healthy diet, and you probably could lose weight.
Right.
But then when you start adding in, gluten-free junk food is still, junk food.
Right.
Exactly. So,
yeah, when any of these fad diets, and like I said, the gluten-free is, I believe, a fad for people who don't need to be gluten-free. Right. Whatever one will come up next, they're going to be cutting out, in all likelihood, an entire food group. They'll lose weight again. A lot of things I've seen and read about gluten-free foods are actually higher in calories than their regular counterparts. Right. So it's not necessarily a healthier way to go if you don't have the disorder.
Right. And so there are, gluten sensitivity is, I think, an issue. And it's for some people to experiment and, they might feel better.
Right.
And, it's fine to experiment.
Right.
Of course, if they have celiac, they can't, if they go on a gluten-free diet, it's not going to show up in a test. So.
Right.
But as far as just, sensitivity, if somebody, said, I'm going to try going gluten-free, if it makes them feel better, it might be that, or it could be the placebo effect.
The eating healthier.
And the eating healthier.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I say, if doing it's not going to be harmful necessarily, it's mostly unneeded. It's not necessary for most people to do it.
Okay, great.
So, good.
Thank you. This is Neily on Nutrition, and we'll see you in the next video.